Welcome to another edition of the Formula Australia PS4 League. I'm your host, Mike Wilson, and joining me today is my co-commentator, Sonny Wilson. How are you today, Sonny?
Yep, feeling good.
Pumped up for an exciting race. This would be our favourite track, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure. Sure, I'm pumped up, and it really is my favourite track.
Yeah, always lots of excitement here on the roads of Belgium.
As you can see.
Just hold on, what's happened here? Why are three of the drivers showing up as disqualified there? Not having a good run trying to get this race underway. So we'll try and get to the bottom of what's happened there. We'll see if this race goes on as is. It's a bit of a disaster. We had such an exciting few qualifying sessions with the footy dad taking an impressive pole in a wet Q3.
McLaren Senna.
Now due to circumstances unseen, we're down to 8 drivers. But I guess the show must go on as the drivers head round to the grid. Try and get a good front-on angle of the grid here. So the drivers are on the grid, preparing for the start. The red lights are coming on. We're about to see action in Belgium. Off and away. Good start for the Alpha. The second one goes spearing across the track, touches the fence in the early stages. Alpha lead. The two championship leaders, Sharky and Willie, fighting it out for that second position. Heading down to Eau Rouge now. So far they all seem to have gotten through pretty safely, but anything can happen in Eau Rouge as the field starts streaming through. There's a McLaren around. It's Josh Sambin spinning backwards into the fence. Hopefully the car's still in one piece.
Into the barriers. This is a nightmare for Josh.
Well, something was bound to happen through Eau Rouge. It's always can be a potential recipe for disaster on this game, and Josh Sambin has found that out the hard way. Back up front, footy dad holding on to his pole position lead. Willie in second, the championship leader making up 2 places at the start, gets a wobbler on, holds it. But now he's got the attention of Sharky, who closes in following that tank slapper and a half. And W.A. Hutton's in the racing point now in 4th. He moved up 2 spots from the beginning.
So, Willie and Sharky, the two championship leads, fighting out a great fight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out over the course of the race. It'll be certainly be quite entertaining if these two manage to stick together throughout the 22 laps. But 22 laps is a long time at Belgium. Anything can happen in that time.
I'd say it's 45 minutes.
As we look at Alpha Gnosis closing up on Formula Skate in the Alpha, who had a wild beginning to the race, had to spear out to the right, touch the inside wall. He was lucky to keep going from there, but kept it together. It's up to him what he does from here.
And there's our Shumi helmet.
Yeah, flash helmet, flash lid on that one. The game incorporating a few various Schumacher-inspired designs. They look pretty good. And further down, Ondi's going to go up the inside of... try to go up the inside of Cornwell. It keeps him at bay for 7th position. I think Ondi will have something further to say about that as he takes some grass, tries to take the position.
Into the grass.
I think he was a bit too late on the brakes. Probably did the best he could to get out of it in the cleanest way possible from the angles we had there.
Cornwell, lucky to get the position defended.
But no harm done by the looks of it. So it looks like the cars were kept in one piece. So they'll be able to continue on. And rather than close in on Luke Cornwell, Ondi's fallen back a little bit, and McLaren Senna now has him in his sights. We'll just check back in at the front of the field because Sharky, second in the championship behind that man in front of him, Willie, closing in.
Well, if we go down to the Cornwell, you can see he's gone down 3 places.
Yeah, he didn't have a great start. There's a few drivers that lost some positions there at the beginning, and that's Ondi. He's gone wide onto the grass, keeps it together, and McLaren Senna's going to sneak up the inside accordingly and take 7th position away from the racing point.
Makes it easy.
But Ondi's going to come back if he can stick close through Eau Rouge.
Ooh, very wide.
Great run down the Kemmel Straight. That view doesn't help us, Mr. Director. Here comes Ondi.
What's up with McLaren?
I'm not sure if he had a problem there. Ondi was certainly allowed to go through nice and easily there. Might have been a gear shift issue for McLaren Senna there. So the field starting to settle into somewhat of a rhythm, spacing out. And it's the footy dad commanding now in front. Already got himself a 4.8 second gap.
But if we go down to William Sharkey.
Oh, and Willie's off into the fence, the championship leader. Bins it in a massive way. No points. Oh, my goodness. Just as we flicked over to him, he just went right into the fence. And Willie is out of the race. So this is a great chance for Sharky to pick up a nice little batch of points and potentially steal the championship lead.
If he wins this race, the championship lead is in Sharky's hands. Now the safety car is out.
So the safety car is out. Footy dad might have dived into the pits there. We'll just double check that we've lost our controls here. So footy dad's taken the chance to dive into the pits early. Sharky stayed out along with Alpha Gnosis now, who's scooted all the way up to second as a result of this lot down the field now having all made a stop themselves. And this will bunch the field back up.
We'll bunch them right back up.
Oh, shout out to Willie. He might be back in the so-called pits on the vodkas again. Unfortunate, Willie. And now it's all in Sharky's hands to just keep it on the track, pick up some points, and take over that championship lead.
If he could take a commanding lead.
There'll be plenty of points up for grabs for him now. Hasn't come into the pits yet.
No, but those softs are helping him.
So it'll be interesting to see if he decides to jump in now, or will he try and continue his run on this set of tyres and opt for a different strategy. Alpha Gnosis on the mediums. And also adding a bit of an extra element to the race will be the guys in 8th, 9th and 10th. they've all taken the hard tyres during that pit stop. They may be attempting to go to the end of the race on that tyre. Now, who was that? There was pieces of car coming off there. Someone chucked a bit of the front wing end plate across the circuit. I think it was McLaren Senna. I'm not sure what happened there. So he's going to have to box. Probably was going to have to anyway, so not really a hell of a lot lost, given the damage to the front wing. And looks like he picked up a time penalty as well, possibly. Maybe he ran up the back of another driver, I'm not sure. So it appears the lights are out on the safety car and we are getting ready to go racing once more. I don't think Alphanosis is here, so to speak, so that's going to give Sharky just that little bit of a buffer, as the other cars will have to stay behind that ghosting Williams on the restart. And here we go once more. Clear track ahead for Sharky as he takes us down into turn one. Footy Dad there in third. We'll be looking to dispatch that ghosty Williams immediately. And once the rest of the field come round the source, make their way down to Eau Rouge.
Looks like the Cornwall and Ondi are involved in their own battle.
Ondi's showing incredible pace there through Eau Rouge. He's straight onto the back of Cornwall. And he's got his teammate on his backside. So it's gearbox to gearbox action.
Going away.
It's going to be the two racing points.
I thought he was going to go down the inside.
Well, W.A. Huddins went down the inside of Ondi, took 5th place, and wastes no time moving on to the back of Luke Cornwall. Meanwhile, up ahead, I can tell you the Footy Dad's closed in on Sharky. Oh, that's contact with the wall. Huddins going wide. Didn't appear to lose any pieces of his wing. He's lucky, I think. No, he did. He lost the front wing end plate, so that's going to hurt him off the restart. Yeah, he's going to need another stop. Just that lack of downforce on this track can just kill you so bad.
Ooh, it was lucky it was only a little contact. And onto the grass. Oh, the Alpha's around!
It's gone. Skate goes into the fence. Contact.
Yay!
Skating off. He's got no front wing. He's going to have to crawl back to the pits, wounded. And just couldn't make it grip on those hard tyres. And we got a... Is that another safety car?
And here we are.
We're just not getting the safety car graphic on screen, but I think we've got a full course yellow.
It is a full course yellow.
Apologies, I thought it might be a virtual safety car. We're just not getting that. We're just not getting the info on our screens as to what is going on. But in saying that, I can't see a safety car on the track, so I think it's a virtual safety car here at the moment. But it looks like these two are going for it, hell for leather at the moment.
So now the track's gone green again.
So the virtual safety car that's out of the way now. And in the footy dad's way is ASR Sharky. Closing, hunting, prowling. The shark is the hunted. We're still going to have to make a pit stop at some stage, ASR Sharky.
So right now we can see there's a hunter and a hunted.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the battle, this one. It's sad to think Sharky's going to have to pit, but at some stage, but we'll stick with him as long as we can.
Now, oh, I saw a yellow Poohon.
9 flags out at Poohon. One of the cars must have run wide. And we'll just take a peek down the field into 6 at the Renault of Range Ski. He was using all the track and some more. Heading up to Blanchimont. So through the bus stop now. So we are just over a third of the way through the race. And it's Sharky in the lead. The footy dad in second, having started on pole. Sharky had started the race in third. We unfortunately lost King Kieran after a few technical glitches on the first attempt at the start of the race. And in fourth place is Ondi as we see Range Ski go up the inside of Josh Samben.
And that was a magnificent move.
He got it done nice and clean. Down in seventh, we have McLaren Senna in the second Mercedes, just coming a bit wide there, carrying plenty of speed. His driver's on the hard tyres. Oh, they're more like ice skates, those things. And Luke Cornwell down in 8th, having yet to stop. And following his accident, well, look, he's into the pits, got a new front wing and immediately chomped a bit off that as well. And he's gone wide, he's going around in the fence and contact!
Hey!
Did he take WA Huttons with him? I think he did. Oh, 2 cars gone. Incidents are plenty at Belgium. Unfortunate for Huttons. I don't think he couldn't avoid the incident.
Now I think that's going to be virtual.
Could be a virtual safety car at the moment, I think.
And now he's disqualified.
Well, it looks like, yeah, that's it for Formula Skate. So we are down to just 8 drivers now.
So there's rain. So yeah.
Sharky's taken. Sorry to cut you off there, Sonny. I think Sharky's taken the chance to come into the pits. So he's picked himself up a fresh batch of mediums, and in the lead now, Footy Dad, but he's picked up a time penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car.
Oh.
We're back racing once more, but did he jump the gun, the Footy Dad? So he's going to have a time penalty to deal with. Alpha Notice still
Maybe.
ghosting around there.
sorry to cut you off there, Michael, but as you know, maybe you could have jumped past the safety car.
Well, I don't think we had the safety car out on track. It was just a brief virtual safety car moment there where the drivers, for those who don't know, they have to maintain a delta lap time. You can't be too fast or too slow, maintaining the gap between you and the car in front and the car behind at a safe pace until the incident is cleared from the track. It's a shame we don't have the benefit of replays to see, just have another look at that incident with Formula Skate and who appeared to be an innocent bystander, W.A. Huddins. So Footy Dad's going to come in and serve his penalty. Looks like it was a drive-through. Gets that done, drops down to third.
And after this lap, you can see there will only be 12 laps to go.
Yeah, we're closing in on the halfway mark now. I'm not sure what's happening with Alpha Gnosis here. He's just ghosting his way through the race and ghosted his way to the lead. But I mean, he's going to have to... I don't know what happens there. Hasn't had a pit stop yet. Neither is Ondi in second. And he's just been cruising away, doing his thing. Made his way up into second. 4-second gap over the Footy Dad in third. And as mentioned earlier, 8 drivers left heading up to the halfway mark of the race. So Sharky, as mentioned prior, big chance to pick up some good points. The championship leader, Willie, crashing out of the race. And there's a chance for Sharky to find some points in this race and take over the championship lead. Came in and took on the mediums, and they do appear to be handling a lot better than the hard tyres that some of the other drivers took. It's now Josh Samben and McLaren Senna remaining on the hards following the crash of W.A. Huddins. So with Sharky and his fresh tyres in mind, Sonny, would you like to take us around a lap of the Belgium track?
Sure, so we're approaching La Source and you brake really, really, really hard. And down the straight as you approach a route nice and flat as you go up the uphill slope into Radion and just Sham has gone wide. And so down the Camel Straight, flat out, straight. And into Lake Holm. Pass it through clearly into Malmedy. As you're approaching rivers, you brake very hard for the downhill slope.
Sorry to cut you off there, Sonny. I think we've got another incident. Luke Cornwell might just give us a sight into that. There it is, range ski in the fence at the top of Radion. And we are down to 7 drivers. Eau Rouge claims another victim. And we find ourselves under what appears to be the virtual safety car once more. Lap 12, virtual safety car out after the crash of range ski at Radion, and we see the Footy Dad and Ondi come into the pits for fresh sets of mediums respectively. And hang on a second, who's... Oh, it's Alpha. Well, Alpha knows this has gone out of the race now, so... The race boogeyman, the race ghost gone out of the way.
Josh.
So there's the pictures on screen confirming full course safety car. We're still not getting those notifications on screen. Not like this game to glitch, but... And the field, just waiting for Luke Cornwall to close up on the field. And not surprisingly, the Belgium track claiming a few victims. Down to 6 drivers. So from this point, looks like everyone's had a pit stop now. Everyone's done their mandatory stop. Sonny, who do you think could take out the race from this point with 10 laps remaining?
Well, if you'd really say so, I bet it's Sharky.
Your money's on Sharky. I reckon the Footy Dad might have something to say about it, and it'd be interesting to see what Ondi can do. Actually, McLaren Senna's just jumping into the pits while he can.
And there he is, going uphill into a pit. On the mediums. So it seems like he's boxed for mediums. And now at the uphill last source, and here we are back on track with McLaren Senna.
I'd say once he catches the pack, we might be lucky and get going racing again after this lap. He won't take too long to catch the field. As you can see on the graphic there, Sharky's tyres 3 laps older after the Footy Dad did box. And while Sharky's not going to make it easy for the Footy Dad, Footy Dad will have that slight advantage with the 3 lap younger tyres. And I'm really looking forward to this restart.
If we could just see madness.
Well, it is Belgium, Sonny. There could be madness aplenty. You just never know what's around the corner at this track. And this is a dry race. It could be that it had a rain. Might have been no one left. Alright. So the lights are out on the safety car. We're about to go racing once more. Safety car goes into the pits. And we get underway, and the footy dad. And there's Ondi. He's blowing it. He's dropped right back, and Josh has passed him. Did he do it after? I think he did it after the start-finish line, so he should be fine in that regard. Ondi contacts him and loses a piece of his front wing end plate. It's just a disaster for Ondi at the moment.
Absolute scenes at Belgium.
Dropping down to 6th place. McLaren Senna the last to take him. Meanwhile, back up front, Footy Dad and Sharky now. Side by side through Radion. Flat out down the Camel Straight, side by side.
And Footy Dad!
He's going to get it done. Sharky fights back on the outside, but the Footy Dad holds bay and takes the lead of the race. So it's Alfa Romeo first. Sharky in the Mercedes second. Josh, Sam, Ben third in the McLaren. And just pulled out a slight gap over Luke Cornwell. Good restart from him. But Cornwell will soon have the attention of McLaren Senna, especially if he runs wide like that.
And if the Footy Dad, Sharky and Josh, Sam are on the podium, that will be a podium I've never seen before.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, and orange McLaren. We haven't seen the likes of in the real world. And hopefully for these guys, they can keep it on track. I'm sure Luke Cornwell, McLaren Senna and Ondi will have something to say about that. Although Ondi may require the services of another safety car if he's going to close back in on that pack. He's going to have to no doubt box for a new wing. It's just even the slightest bit of front wing damage, just too detrimental to your downforce. And in he comes as expected.
And imagine if half of the end plate was the only thing that came off the front wing.
That'd still be enough to just about cook your downforce levels, I reckon, mate. And we see the Footy Dad getting himself out of the DRS range ahead of Sharky. And he's just got to keep it on track for another 7 and a bit laps. So down to 6 runners after having quite a chock-a-block field lining up to take the grid. In what feels like the blink of an eye, we're down to 6. It hasn't been short on excitement, even with a few laps behind the silver Mercedes safety car.
So, seems like Footy Dad has a chance of the win. Sharky long gone, but could still be able to take the championship lead away with 18 points.
Yeah, you won't want to do anything too silly, I'm thinking. I mean, good haul of points in second. We'll see him take the lead in the championship, but these guys are here to race. They want to race. They want to win. It's always hard to tell a racing driver with that gut instinct to always finish first, to take it easy and drive for second. As we look down on the Footy Dad, just keeping it nice and steady. And he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Excessive use of track limits. gap is out to 2.7, but he'll want to make sure he gets that gap out a bit further now.
So yeah, into the source. And out the source. You need to get through clearly, or you could just spin around the whole way. As I've mentioned before, I've seen Jacques Villeneuve in his BIR just doing a dramatic spin. That was back in Hockenheim 2000.
Yeah, it was a big spin, but through Eau Rouge in 99, he had that dramatic crash. Him and his teammate Zonta. I'll never forget that one there.
Oh yeah, and Fisichella. Remember old Fissy?
Yeah, they didn't mind a big prang from time to time.
As if Hockenheim 2000 was a crazy race.
So,
And Barrichello, that was a good effort, getting his first win.
So we go with Josh and Josh Samben, my mistake, in the McLaren in third place. Another driver looking for a solid haul of points. As we close in on the finish now. 4 and a bit laps to go. So it's Footy Dad in the lead. Sharky in second. Josh Sam Ben in third in the McLaren. And they're much further down the field. On the 8-lap-old mediums is Luke Cornwell. He might be struggling a bit with that. Oh, and round goes the McLaren into the fence!
Oh, Josh
Has he kept
Sam.
Well, he's kept all the wheels on the car. He'll want to get that out of the way.
Lost an end plate.
No, he can't. He just can't get it back on track. These cars are not the greatest things to try and handle at low speed. Does the right thing and lets the others through. Respectful. And he's going to have, unfortunately, a nice long drive round to the pits. He was looking good for that podium and just threw it round out of Radion.
Now this is the weirdest podium I've ever seen.
Yeah, now it's consisting of an Alfa, Mercedes, Haas, but...
And it's the weirdest top 6 I've seen.
Oh, it's the only 6 made at the moment. As the great Murray Walker used to say, anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. And no position has stayed safe in this race. And
No.
Luke Cornwell, having moved up into the podium positions, is now firmly in the sights of McLaren Senna in the second Mercedes as they head up the hill towards Blanchimont.
Blanchimont.
Yeah, she just likes saying that word, don't you? Blanchimont.
Yeah.
And into the bus stop now. McLaren Senna probably just going to bide his time looking for a DRS zone.
This will be the perfect chance for him.
Just need to keep it nice and clean. Through Eau Rouge. Wow, what happened? He dropped back and now he's out of the DRS range. McLaren Senna. These guys fight as if they weren't fighting the hards, they're fighting the mediums as well. Guys up front, probably on a few friendlier setups, seeming to handle the tyres a little bit better. But for now, status quo is resumed. And Footy Dad is looking in control now, as Josh Samben comes in for that new front wing.
And he's already got it on.
He is on his way once more. Unfortunately, some 40 seconds behind Ondi.
As if I'd say so.
Sonny, I think we were in the middle of going round for a bit of a lap of Spa with you before all the carnage broke loose. Would you like to take us around the rest of the lap with Josh Samben on the fresh softs, nice fast tyres, new front wing, ready to go?
Yeah, into Puon. Very fast. As you approach Fangya, and past the Fangya 2, as into campus we go. Purple Frere as we go into the Blanchimont.
The Blanchimont, you love it.
Yeah. Almost throws it wide there. Braking really hard for bus stop. And onto the straight, as that is our lap done.
Thank you, Sonny. We'll check back up with McLaren Senna. He hasn't quite been... he's gone wide there.
Yeah.
And that's certainly going to attract the attention of Ondi. Now just less than 1.5 seconds behind the Mercedes. So with just over a lap to go, positions aren't quite finalised yet. The Footy Dad's looking comfortable out front. I guess Sharky has settled into that second position. And Cornwall has broken away from McLaren Senna, who will now just be taking a peek in his mirrors. You'll see Ondi there slowly closing the gap. So these guys will start their penultimate lap.
Lap 21, 22. 22.
And Ondi will have the benefit of DRS this time round. Again, can he just keep it nice and tight? It's hard to follow another car through Eau Rouge. He's going to get it done right there, is he? McLaren Senna goes wide over the top, having to cut the corner. And he's going to have little choice but to let Ondi past. Lost all his momentum through Eau Rouge and Radion. And Ondi gets it done on the Camel
Sorry
straight.
to cut you off, but it looks like he's going to have a fight back.
Can he stick with Ondi? Can he fight back? Goes wide on that same corner again. That particular corner is causing him some grief. Flicking up some grass on the exit. So now with a bit of clear space and 6 lap younger tyres, Ondi has closed right up on Luke Cornwall for the final podium position. Can he get it done? He's got time.
Bit wide there.
He's right on his tail. closing. Cornwall defends into the bus stop. Ondi's going to have a look up the inside. Thinks better of it. He knows he can be patient. He knows he can get DRS on the start-finish straight and up to Eau Rouge. So what's going to happen? The leaders, well, we're all on the last eight. Takes a lunge up to the inside and they contact, they touch. Oh, that was pretty optimistic. I thought he was just going to bide his time, but he wanted to get it done there and then. The two drivers have survived the incident. As we head down the Kemmel Straight. Are those front wings all in one piece after that? Looks so. Ondi. He's going to go up the inside. Goes right to the inside. Haas chops in front of his front wing. Makes his intentions clear in no uncertain terms. He wants to hold on to that place. So the battle rages on for the final podium position. We'll just have to quickly check in with the footy dad because he's coming round the final corner to take the win at the Belgium Grand Prix for the Formula Australia PS4 League. Well done, footy dad. We'll quickly pop back to Luke Cornwell and Ondi now where the battle intensifies. Last lap. Only a few corners remaining. Can they get it done? Can Ondi get it done?
You know what happened with McLaren Senna?
Well, we'll just stick with this battle here at the moment. I think McLaren Senna just struggling on his tyres at the moment, dropping back. And unfortunately, looks like, well, fortunately for Luke Cornwell, Ondi has lost a bit of time, falling back to a second away from Cornwell. So he's just got to get it through Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane, and he's going to take that podium. Congratulations to Sharky. He picks up second place and some valuable points, taking him into the lead of the championship. And Luke Cornwell hangs on to third place. And Ondi, valiant effort in fourth. McLaren Senna comes around through the bus stop, takes fifth, picking up some points. And last of the six remaining runners, Josh Samben. He'd have to be a bit disappointed. He was looking good for a podium before lunching it through Radion. And that'll be it. I think that was quite a entertaining race there, Sonny. How'd you see it?
Yeah, pretty good, as we can see. McLaren Senna, driver of the day.
Congratulations, McLaren Senna, driver of the day, picking up plenty of positions. I think he definitely started outside the top 10 and brought it home into fifth. As the drivers head onto the podium. There's your winner, the footy dad. Champagne! Well, that'll be all from us in the commentary box, aka my bedroom. Thanks for joining me, Sonny. I thoroughly enjoyed that race. Hope you did also.
Yep, sure did.
Wherever you may be watching, thanks for joining us in the Formula Australia PS4 League from Belgium. I'm Mike Wilson. On behalf of Sonny Wilson, it's a bye for now. Alright, Mike's back on. Sonny just wants to say bye.
Alright, bye.